What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. You got Superstar Joe. You got the Superstar fam in the building. How's it going, fam? Guys, you're too busy looking at my background change, move the whole room around. We used to be back there. Now we're back here. If you're OGs on the channel, you would see this setup. It's a little bit different than the original, but we're back on this side. It works a little bit better for me. And we'll see how it goes. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you like some of the decorations. We got some decorations over here. There's some Easter eggs. Let me know if you know any of this stuff. We got some stuff in the background, nice little Donald. This stuff here, still being figured out. We're going to figure that stuff out. But until then, you guys can become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we post, whenever we're talking veve, ecomi, Omi, any of that good stuff, veve fam, you're going to want to know when we post. So put that bell on. Also, you can become a superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Hit the join button. Get one of these stars next to your name. Get first dibs on merch, access to the spreadsheets, and also we will enter you into giveaways at the end of every single month. A star in the universe, given away every single month. And people are loving that giveaway. We're going to take it away. People are like, no, don't take it away. So it's still there, still doing it. Shout out to Bones B for winning the last one. You can follow us on X and follow us on Instagram if you want to stay in touch. But Discord is honestly the best place. We are very active on X though, but Discord, you go there, you're going to be able to talk to us, but also the rest of the Superstar Nation and everyone else who's into all of your favorite projects and more. I mean, there's things that have to do with Web3, but there's also a lot of just fun social places to be on the Discord. So definitely make sure you go check out the Discord, guys. There's a lot of big news happening. Oops, just stopped sharing my screen. But yeah, I mean, it's there's a lot of sad news happening right now, and I think that's something that we have to keep in mind because there's a lot of quietness. It's like a silent. We don't know what's going to happen, but the longer that the silence goes on, it kind of seems like it may be a negative outcome. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Bit4X. Okay, we know Bit4X was probably the top Omi exchange, I would say, besides like Uniswap and being able to do peer-to-peer. But Bit4X was probably the top exchange when it comes to going on an exchange and buying Omi and putting in your wallet. For the longest time, my Omi was on Bit4X. And then it was like, did a little bit of research on security and whatnot. It's been a while since I've had it. I mean, I bought it in 2022, I think, the first chunk. And that chunk was on there for a long time, maybe a year or almost a year. And then I decided to move it off once I learned how to use MetaMask. Like, it took a while for me to learn how to use MetaMask because I didn't have to use it in any of my projects. And I think if people are just on veve, a lot of them don't have wallets because they don't need it, right? So you have to keep that in mind. I mean, you got to feel bad for people if they end up losing any Omi that was on Bit4X. And I think that's one thing that people aren't understanding is that as much as not having to have your own wallet and understand how that process works for the collectibles on veve, I think it kind of worked against people in the Omi side because they didn't need to be well versed. They're just buying the Omi. They're like, I'm going to leave it on Bit4X because I keep all my stuff on veve. The process to bring the stuff into veve was a handful. You have to go from layer 1 to layer 2. It's not the easiest process. You cannot buy directly from veve. And Bit4X probably was the easiest exchange if you're going to do that. If you're not familiar with wallets, MetaMask, Coinbase wallet, any of that stuff. And for me, it was very, very overwhelming at first. But now, obviously, it's very easy for me now to understand how to use a MetaMask and a Coinbase. But when I first got into it, I remember it being really, really difficult. Now look at us. We're running our own NFT project. It's a lot of fun. But it's a big step for people to take, that first step to have their own wallet because they don't know what they're doing and they don't want to bring their assets into a wallet and then not understand what it is and how it works. I can get it. I understand exactly how that could feel overwhelming for a lot of people. So people leaving it on the exchange, I feel like this might have been their thinking in the first place. So, I mean, if you're mocking them or telling them that they should know better, I think we got to take a step back. I think also, especially if you're okay and happy having your NFTs in a custodial wallet, I think that's something that we have to talk about because you can't be both. You can't like custodial and not like custodial because realistically, you're trusting veve to hold your collectibles, just like they were trusting Bit4X to hold their Omi. And to say one or other is more secure, you don't know. We don't know the security. I mean, veve is a 2FA. I got an email to my thing. Bit4X, I got a 2FA. I even have Google Authenticator on my Bit4X. You know what I mean? So I almost feel like that would have been safer for me to get logged into, logged out of. Now, we don't know that the Omi is lost. They've obviously shut down access to the website, which could be good. It could be that they're just trying to keep nefarious people out until they figure out how to get around whatever has been happening. It kind of sucks that there's been zero communication. Twitter's been dead for a couple of days. And I heard Discord, they closed down one of their chats. So, I mean, it's something that obviously everybody is anxious about. And obviously we wish that there was more options and a little bit easier ways to buy and sell and move around in the crypto space. But right now, like that's where we are. We're in the advent of, even though we're like 4 or 5 years into, actually more, 2017, and into cryptocurrency, it's still like less than 10 years. So people are still not fully comfortable, and it's not yet mainstream in terms of ease of use and ease of purchase. I mean, the NFT stuff, we can see how easy it is to buy and sell. The Omi side, it's been a little bit different, and it's been a little bit more in line with typical cryptocurrency. But again, if you are going to spit on these people's faces and say, like, why did you do it? Why did you trust people? I mean, it's something like you're all doing right now with your NFTs and custodial wallets. Any project that doesn't have the ability to pull out, at this point, you are doing the same thing, because if they are compromised, you have no way of controlling where your stuff goes. So the hopes are, I mean, when Cryptoids comes up with a marketplace here, and I mean, McFarlane right now, you can keep it in your wallet, you bring it into the app and you have access. They can't take it away from you. It's in your wallet. When Cryptoids comes out with their market, we really, really hope that that's the way that they do things, where they give you at least your token or something that you can hold on to and use as your key or your access. And we do hope for veve eventually to let us hold those tokens. I mean, even if they keep the assets and the 3D images on the platform, I think it would be good and at least to have the option to allow you to hold the token. But we haven't seen many do it. I mean, only McFarlane right now. I think Elmon X lets you do it. There's a couple others in the space that are pretty prominent. We can hold the token at least in your wallet. So if something does happen, you still got that token. And then if they ever rebuild it somewhere else, you always have the token, and they can say, okay, that token means this, and they can rebuild it like that, right? So it's a little bit more comfortable when it comes to that. And I mean, at the end of the day, you're using the collectible through veve's interface anyways, so you want to be able to access that at any point. The thing here is we don't want people to be able to take that away. Like if there's something that happens where veve gets breached and people come in and they take the tokens that from your wallet that they have access to and we don't, if they take those tokens and then veve comes back and fixes everything and it's all better, but now your tokens are gone, maybe they can figure out a way to retrace, but maybe not. Like they got wallets, right? It's still wallets in the background. If they take a wallet and they send it to another wallet that veve has no access to, it's gone. It's gone, that token. Maybe they can reassign a new token to the file. I have no clue how it will work, but end of the day, don't spit on the face of people who kept their stuff on exchanges. Some of them might not ever have learned how to use a wallet because they didn't need it, like I said, for veve. Some of them, and some of them probably felt the need to let them be custodial, just like they like veve to be custodial. So I think the other thing here is that we haven't really seen, it's kind of weird, because back in the day when the whole FTX thing happened, we remember hearing David, you say how, oh, thank God I didn't sign the DocuSign. I mean, see, people want custody and this and that and more exchanges, but if I were to sign the DocuSign, then FTX would have been, and then we got rugged. But here we are, Omi, one of the biggest tokens on there. I don't know if it's the biggest, but if and hopefully not, if BitForex does rug here, kind of full circle on that whole point there, right? So you can't blame the people for wanting more access, and I think that that's something that hopefully we start to see a little bit more access to the token, a little bit easier of buy. Or also, we're going to see a little bit of anxiety, I feel like, in the Omi market. Now, I'm lucky that I took mine off. Like I said, I have some in the veve wallet, and then I have a little piece on my MetaMask as I was learning how to use the MetaMask, building it up for the O Millionaire giveaway. Shout out Rich, who won the million Omi from us. So figuring out how everything worked over there, because like it's still layer 1, layer 2, figuring it all out, sending things around, understanding how the gas works, understanding how the transfers work. I use Uniswap for that one directly in my wallet. So that was something that I was learning, and it's something that you don't do all the time. So I feel like these people, you got to kind of give them a break here, and hopefully, and then just pray for them to get their stuff back. Like, that's all we want to see. I mean, we've seen it before in Canada. There's an example that was really weird too, that happened. It was called Quadriga, if you guys are familiar with it or not. But the CEO just died, and then I think they had like 200 million in liabilities and only like 28 million in assets. So I mean, that's, you can't pay out everybody if things go belly up. Some similar thing happened with FTX, right? So we saw them having a huge liability sheet. Someone cashed out a bunch of their stuff, and it just took the whole platform down because they were using funds that they shouldn't have been using. And it can happen anywhere, because we don't know, especially private companies. You don't know what's happening in the background. You don't understand the technicals, the financials. And even if you did, sometimes people are nefarious. They lie about things, right? So trust goes a long way in this space. A lot of people have trust in companies that have custodial access, and a lot of people had trust in Bitforex. So take it easy on the people who are dealing with it right now. I feel like they're going through a thing already. So for you to push their face in the mud, I think really bad on you. So don't do that. And hopefully there is some resolution. If not, be there for them and cheer them on to hopefully feel better about everything that's going on, because obviously they're not in a good space. So nobody wants to see people lose money. Nobody wants to see them lose their bags because of something like this. And like we just said, just keep praying for these guys, and hopefully the Omi, it comes back. It doesn't look like, I've been reading tweets, doesn't look like it's moved around at all. So hopefully it's just like a breach in access, and they can figure out a way to get their keys back to their own website. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand the whole technicals about it, but I understand community sentiment. I understand how people are treating others, and just want to make this video just to talk to you guys and let you guys know my thoughts and my feelings about it. I want to know from you guys in the comments. Let me know how you guys see this whole situation. Do you think that people leaving their stuff on exchanges are terrible people? Like, they shouldn't have been doing that. I mean, I saw one tweet. It was like, oh, I mean, after FTX, you should have known. You should have known this. But so after Recur, you should know that big IP projects can go belly up. Is that an excuse? You still invest in veve, right? You still have veve collectibles. I don't think that you can go around pointing fingers at people and making them feel this big when you're doing the complete opposite on a digital collecting platform. Between assets of crypto and assets of NFTs, you're still holding stuff in custodial. You're letting people hold it for you, just like they were with their Omi. So take a seat and cheer on your friends on Twitter and everywhere, because nobody needs to deal with that, especially when they're going through what they're going through. All right, rant over. Guys, if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification. You know, whenever we post, when we go deep and we talk about the good topics and the bad topics, but we talk about everything on this channel. So also, you can become a VIP if you want to support the channel. $2.99 a month. Hit the join button under the video, guys. We'll see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.